This story is about Jamie Dennis, my son, and I'm James Carl Dennis. Me and Ain went to the train station to take Jamie on a train ride. Got him a membership to New Haven. We got on the train and Paul was the engineer. Jamie got up in the locomotive with us, we all did. And Paul, the engineer, he gets Jamie, he's real little at this time, sets him in his lap. Here we're going down this track and he's letting Jamie, at a very young age, drive this train, sitting in his lap. I thought this was one of the cutest things I'd ever seen. And this man was really good. Well, we get back to the train station. Me and Jamie standing there with these engineers and brakemen, and they're having a conversation. And they told about these cabooses in Paducah, that they was neither going to scrap or sell. Well, Jamie's sitting there. He probably ain't over 8 years old, if that old. And while they was talking, when they quit talking, he said, I wish I had a caboose. Well, little did I know, and little did Jamie know, he was going to get a caboose. You just wouldn't believe how good these people was. It's my son Jamie. And this caboose that they're working on today, the guys that's sanding and painting it, they're going to paint it. The railroaders went up and down that track, getting collections, because I really couldn't afford a caboose. And I couldn't afford to have it hauled all the way from Paducah to Caneyville. These engineers made up money, took their own time, and they got up enough money, and somehow or another, they either bought the caboose or convinced the railroad to give Jamie one of those cabooses. And so they hauled that caboose all the way from Paducah with another train, stopped it at Caneyville, Kentucky on the track, put it on the side track out of their way. And this was the beginning of Jamie gonna get the caboose, which was one of his dreams. And he was losing his sight. Well, people complained about the caboose sitting there, so the railroaders took it on down to the gravel yard outside of Litchfield, and some people was even wanting it, which would have broke his heart. Well, they put this caboose inside that big chain link fence where nobody could mess with it. Well, it was that year that it was really rainy, and ground has to be dry for 7 days before a big tractor and trailer rig can cross it. There's no gravel. But we waited, I think, almost a year. All of a sudden, the weather broke. The railroaders come back. They hooked onto that caboose. They pulled it back to Caneyville. And some people was trying to take that caboose away from it. It was the mountain too. Well, then out of Louisville, Kentucky, the people that moved that big ball bat to the stadium, these people donated their time, brought 2 big tractor and trailer rigs down here. They loaded that caboose up, and they brought it out here on my farm and backed it up right where it's sitting at now. And these guys that are donating their time, they're sandblasting it and they're painting it, and I'll always appreciate it, and I know Jamie will. And that's how this caboose got here, was through a lot of good people that would help a little boy and his dad out. And I could not afford to have brought that caboose from Paducah to Caneyville. But I'm just letting you know what it's like when you got really good friends. And thank you for listening.
And I'm going to go to the train station and have some prayers of thanksgiving, because this has been many years in the making.